They don't call mutants Homosuperior for nothing. Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 most powerful mutants in Marvel. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the Marvel mutants who boast the most awe-inspiring or downright terrifying powers, and we're ranking them based on the perceived level of these powers as depicted in the comics. Number 10. Magneto. Eric Magnus Lehnsherr, born Max Eisenhart, is truly the master of magnetism. For decades, he's been considered one of the most powerful alpha-level mutants in the Marvel Universe. He's among the most influential as well. Though being able to control metal might sound impressive, it also has its limitations, especially compared to general telekinesis. Here's the thing though, Magneto can do more than just mess with metal. He can manipulate magnetic fields on a planetary scale. With this far-reaching power set, he can create force fields, alter landscapes, produce devastating magnetic pulses, construct complex machines, and more. Having dedicated himself to mastering these powers, Magnus can literally shape the world. Number 9. Professor X. Though Magneto and Professor Charles Xavier are often depicted as equals, the earth-shattering potential of Charles' telepathy give him a slight edge. Though this title has been challenged at various points in the history of the X-Men, he's been described as the strongest living telepath. He's capable of interacting with the minds of individuals hundreds of miles away, or communicating with people around the world via Cerebro. When in his presence, your mind is his to control. He can create complex illusions, make himself imperceptible, cause amnesia, erect psychic barriers, or control the mind. He can also render a person insane or kill them with a thought. Number 8. Vulcan. Scott, aka Cyclops, might be the best known of the Summer Brothers, but his ocular blasts are modest compared to the abilities of his sibling, Gabriel. Better known as Vulcan, he is a master of energy absorption and manipulation, capable of concentrating it into powerful blasts, force fields, and even a roundabout form of telekinesis. His powers have grown exponentially to the point where he has been described as being way past Omega level. He has learned to manage and utilize energy in creative ways, such as self-healing, flight, and more. It's hard to convey just how much energy Vulcan is able to manipulate, but trust us, it's staggering. Too bad he's a villain. Number 7. Hope Summers. In a world full of mutants with assorted powers, the ability to take these powers on as your own is pretty impressive. This is an ability that we've seen before in popular mutant Rogue, but Hope, the adoptive daughter of Cable, takes it to a whole other level of awesome. Unlike Rogue, she doesn't need to make physical contact with her subjects and is able to employ multiple powers from different mutants simultaneously. As a result, her power, in every possible category of consideration, is potentially limitless depending on the company in which she finds herself. Add to that her connection with the Phoenix Force, and you've got one seriously powerful young mutant. Number 6. Emma Frost. Though she may have a villainous past, Emma Frost has spent most of her time aligned with the X-Men as one of their central members, and for that, humanity should be thankful. Emma Frost is a telepath whose power level rivals Charles Xavier. Considering how she uses her powers, however, she's arguably a greater force to be reckoned with. In addition to Xavier's psionic bag of tricks, she's also able to boost the abilities of other mutants by interacting with their brains directly, unlocking their potential in the process. Add to that the fact that she can turn herself into a solid diamond state, and you begin to see why she's considered such a formidable Omega-level mutant. Number 5. Iceman. Are you surprised to see original X-Men member Bobby Drake make the cut? The man with the freezing powers might feel out of place, but bear with us. Over the years, he's gone from a mutant with modest powers to an elemental master, an Omega mutant not to be taken lightly. When he experienced a second mutation, which saw his body transformed entirely into living ice, this opened up a whole new world of abilities. He can generate cold temperatures strong enough to neutralize a nuclear blast. He can manipulate water at the molecular level. Given the water in the Earth's atmosphere, that's a lot to work with. His ability to survive as water and steam has also made him practically immortal. Number 4. Legion. David Haller is a chip off the old block and then some. The old block we're referring to is Charles Xavier, and the then some is the seemingly endless array of powers he's exhibited. As a mere child, fear triggered his abilities, and he literally burned the brains of the assassins targeting him and his family. This traumatic event fractured David's mind into various personalities, throughout which his powers were distributed. It also triggered a habit of absorbing the consciousness of others, worsening the problem. David has the ability to mutate repeatedly, generating new powers and personalities to wield them. He allegedly contains hundreds of Omega-level mutant identities. Taken as a whole, his power is infinite. Number 3. Franklin Richards. Though the Fantastic Four make for a formidable team when they work together, even as a unit, they can't hold a candle to the mutant son of Reed and Sue Richards. As a result of the same radiation that altered his parents, Franklin was born a mutant. Even as a child, his psionic abilities have proven impressive. Over the years, however, he's been revealed to be a beyond Omega-level mutant, a being of potentially godlike power. In addition to powerful telekinetic and telepathic abilities, at various ages, he's been shown to be able to manipulate energy and matter itself, create his own pocket universes, travel time, foresee the future, and much more. He's basically all-powerful. Number 2. Jean Grey. This gifted X-Men's ability showed great power from a young age, so much so that her mentor, Professor X, felt it necessary to establish psychic barriers to limit certain aspects of her power until he felt she could master them. Though he eventually removed them, even then, perhaps due to her conditioning, Jean never even approached her full potential until the Phoenix Force revealed the power inside her. An Omega-level mutant in her own right, when serving as avatar to the Phoenix Force, she becomes one of the most powerful forces in the Marvel Universe. Her abilities are many, varied, and truly formidable. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. Matthew Malloy. Don't feel bad if you've never heard of this ultra-powerful mutant. He's not exactly a household name. But hey, this isn't a powerful mutant popularity contest. Matthew Malloy might not have a cool name, but he does boast more power than any other Marvel mutant. Triggered by the trauma and grief of losing his wife during the Skrull invasion, Malloy's dormant powers erupted in the form of raw, explosive energy. Soon enough, it was revealed that his powers were infinite, including resurrection, matter manipulation, and the ability to warp time and reality itself. Emotionally unstable, Matthew's mutation proved catastrophic. As the most powerful mutant ever recognized by Cerebro, Matthew Malloy left Professor X no choice but to use time travel to ensure that he never be born. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.